Hi there. I want to give you an idea of what the midterm will be like so you can focus more on studying the content and have less nervousness about the format and what it's going to be like. So we'll be doing it in My Open Math. Here's our My Open Math course. And in Module 5, which is our midterm week, there's a Module 5 forum, which is for studying for this bonus midterm review. So these are some extra credit problems. And then you can't see it yet on your side, but as soon as it's available, this will be visible, and it'll be password protected, so you can't start it accidentally. So don't worry about that. I will if you're taking it with me, I'll give you the password. If you're taking it with another proctor, then I will give them the password to give to you. So when it's ready, it'll show up right down here, and you can see that there's links to all the tools that we've been using during the term. So you can use those links to get set up before you get started. And this is what I recommend before you get started. If you have a wide enough screen, which most of the computers on campus do, of course you could have them all in one, behind each other if you want. But if you have the ability, I recommend putting them side by side like this, so you're not having back and forth all the time. And I've got all my tools on one side. So I've got my GeoGebra spreadsheet, I've got my GeoGebra probability calculator for binomial, have a regular spreadsheet, a Google Sheet if I want, or Excel is also fine. And I also have an online calculator. So you can use desmos.com as a free online calculator, or you're of course welcome to have a handheld calculator, just bring that with you. Okay, so I've got all my tools over here, and then when it's time, you'll click on this, and then there'll be a password and there'll be a start button, okay? So, but to show you how it's gonna work, I'm gonna use the bonus midterm review. So you may have looked at this already. And a couple of differences. One you can see is that the questions are all on one page. So you can just scroll up and down. You can do them in any order, and you don't have to click through the different pages for different questions. You won't see a post a forum or any links here for the actual test. It's for the practice. And you'll see, as usual, there's a submit button for every question. There's no overall submit at the end. Okay, so there'll be some multiple choice and matching questions for vocabulary at the beginning. And then as soon as we get into the calculations, you'll start seeing these add work boxes. So you'll have different options for showing your work on the test. You'll be given a paper packet to write your steps on, and or you can type in these boxes. So you can do a combination, you can write some, type some, it's totally up to you. It's just important to show your work somewhere, because I will be giving you partial credit for everything you do right. So let's say an answer is not fully right, you might get 4 out of 5 or 3.5 out of 5 or 4.5 out of 5. So I'm going to be looking for everything you do right. So it's not all or nothing. So you can either write or you can type in. Okay. And then what I want to show you, another thing I want to show you specifically, is a good way to get your graphs from GeoGebra into the test. There's going to be a question like this where it says copy and paste your histogram and box plot from GeoGebra into the add work box and write a summary paragraph, or there might be a separate box for the paragraph. But this is what we did in Module 2. We made our graphs, we wrote the paragraph to describe the data that we have. So I'm going to go ahead and try this one. I'm going to copy my data over into spreadsheet in GeoGebra here. I use Control-C, Control-V, or you can do a right-click, copy and paste. And then I selected all my data, and I'm going to do one variable analysis, which hopefully you're getting really good at this by now. And then you can do these separately by using the drop-down menu, or you can use this double rectangle, which will put them both together like that. So I'm going to go like this. And then you can do like a lot of you did for your assignment, is use this export. That takes a few more steps though. You have to export it, which puts it in the downloads. And then you come over here and you would do insert picture, upload, and you've got to find it in the downloads. So you're welcome to do that if you feel comfortable with that. I want to show you another way that's a little easier. So on every Windows system should have a snipping tool. So if I click on this little start window and I type snip or scroll down to S, come up with this snipping tool. Oops, you can see I've practiced this once before already. I already had one in there, but it should come up like this. And it might look a little different. I noticed on campus it looked a little different. It should be something that says new. And then you get these, oops, I didn't do it. Oh, there we go. I had already done it. So then you get these little crosshairs and you want to go to the left. I want all these numbers, right? I want the scales. I'm going to be sure to get the vertical scale and the horizontal scale on both of these. And then it automatically puts it into the clipboard. So then I just need to paste it in the box. Now I'm going to try it one more time just because I don't want to try to get rid of that little window. It's not a big deal. That for a second. Okay, there. A little nicer. Great, and then I'm going to paste it into the box here. And the box is really narrow, so this little triangle on the right, you can make this bigger. And then when I click on the image, I can drag the corner in to make it smaller. That makes it more manageable inside the test here. So I won't be grading on any of that. If you just get it in there, that's fine. And then we need to label it, right? So GeoGebra doesn't do the labels for us. So by using the arrows, I can move around above or below to left and right. So if I hit enter, I can get above here. And then you're going to type your meaningful title. So whatever the context is, you're going to type that. Down here, I'll hit enter. I'm going to put whatever the variable is with its units. Okay, so practice that a little bit. And there's a good example in the paper review that you can do this with. And then you can practice, you can also practice with this one in the bonus review. And then I do believe that there's a separate box for the paragraph, but you could, of course, you could put your paragraph down there or type it in the separate box or put it on the paper. So as you can see, I'm going to find your work wherever it is and just make sure it's in there somewhere. So some of the questions are manually graded, like the paragraph. The computer won't grade that, and the graphs as well. So the computer will grade everything it can grade first. You won't see any, green, red, or yellow when you're taking the test. So you won't get any feedback until I look at everything. And then I'll adjust all the points, and then I'll open it up to you when it's ready for you. And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, yes. So on these questions, when it is the test, you'll only have one chance to input an answer. But if you realize you made a mistake or change your mind, that's not a problem at all. What you would do is write the correct answer on the paper, or you could type it in the box here. So if I see that something's wrong, I'm going to go looking for your paper and in this box to see if you had made a correction, or to look for your work to see how much credit to give for that. Okay? Okay, well, I hope that helps give you a better idea of what to expect, and you can practice with this. There are 12 questions on the midterm, and there's probably, I guess there's 12 on here also, but of course they're not the same 12 questions, but they do have multiple parts like this, like most of these do. Okay? Great. Well, I hope you I wish you the best for studying, and reach out to me if you have any questions. Okay. And I'll see you at the midterm, or I'll see your test after you take it with another proctor. Okay. Thanks. Bye-bye.